Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing and salutations. Hopefully, they got there pushing this word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the whole collective believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh by Shem Shai. Okay? And what I want to go into is how as men, all right, we set the tone. Okay? And that's a responsibility. And I want to, go into a few things, touch on a few perspectives in the spirit, as being men within the truth. Okay? Because at the end of the day, as the Lord is dealing in order, all right, we understand that he's dealing with the men. And what are the men supposed to do to set the tone, to set a standard, all right, of how we should be as a nation? Okay? And it's our duty as men to constantly set that tone, to constantly set the tone. And it's in, this understanding, this knowledge, and also in how we act, how we live. Because you can set the tone without saying a word. Okay? It can be just straight actions and it can set a tone. Okay? So I want to go into the definition of tone. All right. Now I want to get definition 2, and it's just in the Google search. It says the general character or attitude of a place, piece of writing, situation, etc. All right, and we hear this term in sports. You watch a football game and the guy runs the opening kickoff, back for a touchdown. Well, he just set a tone for their team. Now momentum, the momentum changed, the morale of the team is up. Because why? That player set a tone. Okay, basketball game, nigga get dunked on, or that play just set the tone for their team. Okay? And we're doing it on a much larger scale as we're setting the tone for the nation. Yahweh Shai, he was the first one to set the tone for Israelite men. All right, and let's get that. He set the tone because he was all about his father's business. He didn't care about this current society. And he was faithful even unto death. Okay? He fulfilled the will of the Father. He was a showcase of obedience. He set the tone for obedience, man, and being in the spirit, okay, and being into prophecy. He set that tone for teaching. What he said, he taught daily. Yahweh Shai set that tone, man. You see brothers teaching daily. Well, guess what? Yahweh Shai set that tone. All right, he said, look, I was daily with you teaching. He set a tone in the earth, man. Okay, you see brothers using analogies, okay, as they teach. Well, Yahweh Shai set that tone, using analogies to prove points, to explain and expound on points. Yahweh Shai did that, man. Okay? Cutting people with scripture. Yahweh Shai started that. He set the tone for that, man. All right? Using scriptures to cut gainsayers. Okay? So, let's go from there. Let's get this in the book of Joshua. All right, this is Joshua 24:15. It says, "And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose lands you dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." What was Joshua doing? He was setting the tone for his house. He said, hey, you can serve who you want to serve. Okay, you see the results. But for me and my house, we're going to serve Yahweh B'Shem Shai. Joshua set the tone. Okay? He created a certain atmosphere. Like as men, the Lord gave us the ability to create an atmosphere, man, with how we move, the decisions we make, man. Because we in the time now, we should be, we should be executing with elite decision making, man, because we have this wisdom and we have prophecy. Like, we have a perspective that no one in the earth has, man. The Lord did that for us to be elite in our decision making, man. Elite in how we move. Okay? Because that sets the tone. Because you go here, you see Joshua set the tone. Now, when you go here, as we always get the example. Well, let's get that in Second Maccabees. Now, when that mother was seeing her children, okay, being tortured for righteousness, okay, what did she do? This Second Maccabees 7:20 said, but the mother was marvelous above all and worthy of honorable memory. All right, but first, even before we get to that point, remember the first brother, okay, he set the tone. Well, how he was willing, okay. This is Second Maccabees 7:1. I started that. Okay, we're gonna go into the brother, the man that set the tone for this whole account. Okay, more likely it was the oldest brother. All right, but who set the tone for him? His father. Okay, who created that atmosphere? In which they're moving like they're moving, man. Because the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai had to be on their father heavy, man, for them to be so hard body, for righteousness, man. Okay? Second Maccabees 7:1 says it came to pass that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than transgress the laws of our father. So the tone was set for the situation. He said, look, we ready to die about this, man. Y'all whipping us with, look, man, we ready to die about this. Like, what you think, a certain amount of licks gonna make us, Nah, man, our mind is already made up to die about this, man. Okay, the tone was set from there. Okay, so you see how that man, all right, their father, that he influenced his family, and the tone he set for them. So when they was in a situation, okay, they reacted, all right, by the tone that was already set up, man. Ain't no telling what they seen their father do, man. Ain't no telling what the counts and the stories they got of their father, man. How the Lord, aided, their father, man. You see? And he set that tone for his house, and then one of those sons set the tone for their situation, man. As men, we set the tone, man. Everything like the Lord gave us that ability, man. And that's a responsibility because, we go to the scriptures, okay? We always go into these scriptures. This is Proverbs 8 and 4. It says, unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men. So, you read their scriptures and you kind of poke your chest out. Yeah, it's men, but this is a responsibility. If the Lord is dealing with us directly, that's because, hey, we're being held accountable and responsible. See, whoever got the most rank is held the most accountable in situation. Okay? That's why the sons of God, we fell so far, because Eve went off, okay? But Adam allowed it to penetrate what, man? Okay? He allowed their way, all right? The alternative way outside of rightness to penetrate, okay, the sons of God, man. That's why as men, we're suffering the most, man, because we're held more accountable. Now the woman, the Lord holds them accountable as well, and the Lord's finna hold them accountable in a whole another way, because they just way out of pocket. The majority of them are way out of pocket, man. Okay? Would you look at the situation we're in to where we're last, okay, as men, okay? That's why, because the Lord holds us more accountable, man. You see? Adam's supposed to keep setting that tone, man, but he fell weak. Okay, and the whole lineage of the sons of God have suffered behind that, man. Okay, King Solomon, when he stopped setting that tone in righteousness towards the end, okay, the whole kingdom was split, and eventually captivity, eventually 70 AD, and eventually we here in America, man. Okay, King David, when he was in power, he said when he fought Goliath, King David set a tone amongst Israel, man. Okay, you see that wisdom when King Solomon was, in order for the majority of his life, he was in order. He set that tone for wisdom, like he set a tone for that whole culture over there, man. Okay, because even when you read this, Proverbs 8:4 says, "Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men. O ye simple, understand wisdom." So now he said, look, stop being simple. That's the first thing he say. He said, "Unto you men I call," but then he say, "Oh, you simple." Okay? We too late in the game to still be doing be stuck in simplicity, man. Like, nah, it's time to level up. Okay? It's time to really man up in these situations that the Lord is putting us in, man. We too late in the game to be operating in simplicity, man. Okay, and we all have our little folly and little things, man. But those things should be becoming more and more or less. They should be dwindling, man. And every brother is in their own portion, man. Because the thing is, it ain't about having a certain amount of money. It ain't about no dollar amount. It ain't about having a certain amount of car and clothes. It's not about that. It's about us as men being efficient and setting the tone in the situation that we in, man. As men, we should be operating, being self-sufficient, man. And then when we come together, they're just a pretty much a conglomerate of power, you know. As we come together, when we leave and we're handling our affairs and managing our affairs with wisdom, okay, being efficient. So when we come together, all right, it's a well-oiled machine, man. Okay, we should be setting the tone on camera, off camera, man. And we spend most of our time where? Off camera. Okay, you might spend 2-3 hours at the most, you know, on camera a day. All right, an hour at the most sometimes, whatever, it is. Most of the time is off the camera, so that's when the tone should be really being set, man. Okay? So let's go from there. I want to get this word elite. I say it's all about brothers mastering, we all gotta master our situations, man. And as men, we gotta challenge ourselves, man. Like that trying to be comfortable all the time, man. No, we gotta challenge ourselves. We gotta push ourselves to certain limits, man. That's how you break walls down. The glory on the other side of that boundary of comfort, man. You know, suffering is necessary, man. Okay, let's get that. Then I'm gonna get the definition for elite. You gotta get that. Hebrews 12:2. You gotta get that. This Hebrews 12:2 says, "Looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame." See, there's a tone being set. He endured the suffering. He despised the shame. That's another thing as men, we don't care about vain opinions, man. Okay, we don't care about you as men. We shouldn't care about what it looks like to the outside, to people, man. Okay? Yeah, Yahushua despised the shame. That's why we not here with gimmicks trying to appease all right, niggas in the hood or the goddamn woman. We're not trying to appease, nah, man. Okay, we'll be looked at in a shameful way, man, to get to their glory. Okay, and it says, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. Now, he had to go through that before he got his place of honor. Okay, and it said he was the author. Okay, you go into the word author in the Greek.
Strong's G 747. Archegas. Archegas.
Yeah. So it says that the chief leader, a prince. Okay, and as men, we're in the leadership position somewhere, man. Even if it's just leading ourselves, because that's where it starts with. Okay, efficiently running ourselves, man. Okay, officially managing ourselves. That's what it starts with. Then we can manage others, man. Okay? And it says, one that takes the lead in anything and thus affords an example, a predecessor in a matter, a pioneer. Okay, a pioneer. Yahweh Shai set that tone. Okay? He fully gave himself over, all right, to the suffering that was necessary, man. He got uncomfortable. Okay? He took the low because he knew the glory that was on the other side. And he set a tone, all right, for us, all right, to pretty much build on. That's why he's your chief cornerstone, because the chief cornerstone is what their first stone laid down in the building, and everything else is laid off of it, man. So him being that chief cornerstone, everything else is built around the tone that he set. Okay? And Yahweh Shah was always talking about what, man? The rulership. He was always talking about rulership. Now, let's get this word elite. It's just a Google definition for elite. It says a select group that is superior in terms of ability or qualities to the rest of a group or society. Okay, the definition for elite: a select group that is superior in terms of ability or qualities to the rest of the group or society. Okay, being an elite ain't just about having rank and you just sit up on a pedestal point and being admired. Nah, man. That means that, hey, we should be superior in how we move. We should be superior in discipline. We should be superior in our decision making. We should be superior in our restraint. We should be superior in how we govern ourselves, man. We should be superior in work ethic. When it comes to labor, we should be superior in all these things, man. Okay, the glory comes on the back end. Okay? And because you go into the 144,000, because we keep seeing it everywhere. Okay? What does it say about those men? Revelation 14:4. These are they which were not defiled with women, which is other doctrines, for they are virgins. All right? Which means what? We haven't been, there's no other doctrine that has penetrated our mind. Okay? We're only dealing with this one doctrine, man, the true doctrine of Yahweh Shema Shai. It says, for they are virgins, these are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed. Who's the Lamb? Yahweh Shai. And will follow him by the tone that he set. Okay? These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruit unto the Most High and to the Lamb. Now, you get these first fruits. Okay? Which is a parquet. And it says, definition 3, it says person superior and excellent to others of the same class, persons superior in excellence to others of the same class. That's the same definition. Let's read the definition for elite. Elite, a select group. Okay, we was redeemed, brought back. Okay, it's a particular group, a select group that is superior in terms of ability or qualities to the rest of a group or society. Okay, to whom much is given, much is required. Okay, so as men, we have a responsibility to set the tone. You can set the tone at work. You know, you can set the tone in your house. You can set the tone amongst the body. Like every situation we in, us as men, should be setting tones, man, and righteousness, man. Okay, setting the tone and achievement. That's another thing. Like, as men, it ain't about being happy. Like, happy. That's for children to be happy. Go to the slide down the water slide. It's just children to be happy, man. As men, we should be focused on achievements. Okay, conquering things, man. Things that's within our power. To conquer things, learning new things, applying new things, forward in ourselves, forward in our household, forward in the ministry, all in the spirit of power. Yahweh Hashem Al Shah. Let's get that definition, man, for achievement. Okay, what is achievement? It says a thing done successfully, typically by effort, courage, or skill. Okay, let's get the definition again for achievement. A thing done successfully, typically by effort, courage, or skill. Okay, and as men, we should be setting that tone. Because as a man, if you have a household, everyone in that household is looking at you. As a man, we're always on center stage. Okay? They looking. They looking at your consistency, your inconsistencies. Okay? They're looking at that, your lack of ability, your superior ability. They're looking at these things. You see? And as men, you set the tone. As men, we're able to set the tone, and the house can start getting in that order, man. Now, it ain't, you got certain situations, everybody's situation different. Like I was saying, this is always about perspective. All right, if you can use it, use it. If it's not, apply. If it don't apply to your situation, let it roll off your back. Okay. But everybody's watching how you move, and then they got that word. I think it's conduction. Where people are motivated by how you're moving. And as a man, that's what we do, man. We set these tones, man. We should be, as a man, we should be into achievement. I think every day we should wake up achieving something, man. Okay. You read today, took notes, that's an achievement. You watched a documentary about, health or history, all right? You was enlightened, okay? You was able to extrapolate things and feed the body with, that's an achievement. Okay, you're on a body transformation journey, you're losing weight, you're toning up, that's an achievement. You see? That's what we, as men, that's what we should be on. You learned the Hebrew prayer this week. That's an achievement. Okay, as a woman, you're learning. You're learning recipes. You're learning, okay, how to do different things with oils. You made some soap. Whatever you into, that's an achievement. You see? But see, as men, we have to set the tone for achievements, man. Okay? You see? It's a beautiful thing, like the perks that come with being a man come from owning the responsibility and the duties that we have as men. You see, the perks that come with being a man and the different things, it comes first from us taking ownership of their responsibility, man. Constantly setting that tone. You see? Not end it here. Ain't gonna make it super long. But I end it here, man. I just want to touch on those things. And speaking to myself first and foremost, man, like, because as a man, hey, we should be harder on ourselves than anybody else is, man. Okay? This is Romans 8:37. It says, nay, in all these things, we are more than conquerors through him that loved us, man. And that's another thing that as men, our confidence comes from what? Achievements. And then when we achieve things in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, our trust increases in him, okay? And our confidence increases in what he's able to do through us, man. Okay? So I just want to put that out there, man. Lord will, it was edifying. Till next time I say Shalom, Kwam Yashala, Baba, DTA soon, Shalom.